and Dorn.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage for Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach for Give to Lincoln Day. Donate today to GiveToLincoln.com and type in Matt Talbot in the search bar. Make an impact today with Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and two-time Nebraska football national champion Clester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and two-time Nebraska football national champion Clester Johnson.
Here it is. Here it is. Welcome to another episode of WTF. We Talk Facts. Strick, Clester Johnson, and Harrison Arns, our partner on the ones and twos. We appreciate you guys. We've got a quick announcement that we're going to shout out because Stricky just came back from doing On the Block. Had a good meeting with and a good talk with Fred Hoiberg and just a wonderful staff out there at Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach, where we had some of our shows were being done out there. They listen. Stricky donated. Put a little donation in. The donation tab is over $250,000.
That's not the question.
They doing well. What's
That's
up?
not the question. The question is he gonna turn the corner?
Well, before we answer that one right now, if you guys want to support, it is still Give to Lincoln Day. If you want to match it, it is all the way until midnight. So again, today is Give to Lincoln Day. Donate now at givetolincoln.com. Type in Matt Talbot in your search. Choose donation level. Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach's mission is to relieve hunger, overcome homelessness, address addiction, and provide outreach and advocacy in Lincoln. We're not here all day anymore. We're back at the studio, but like I said, you can still donate. You can text in at 402-464-5685. If you do, we will be more than happy to give you a shout out. And of course, that goes all the way. And we are all the way up to 457 separate donations.
Yes.
So even when you left there, Strick, that thing keeps climbing.
It was at
donate.
about 4:30. Yeah.
That's
Man.
some beautiful, wonderful cause. Man.
It's a wonderful cause. And the people who were up there, they were having a barbecue on the backside. The burgers were looking nice and scrumptious.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Mercado.
I feel like we don't hear enough of that kind of information.
That's a fact.
You get on social media, it is the smut of the smuttiest.
It's just negative.
But this stuff right here, I mean,
the twerky of the twerkiest.
It's an epidemic, some say.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot of pause. Shout out to my guy Erick, who listens to us on the block as well. Pause. He'll send me a text with a before the even show pause. But yeah, man, it's a lot going on. But obviously the playoffs is jumping off. Right here on the block, we talked about it. Jay and I both said 1, 2, 3, Cancun, Minnesota's going home soon. We matter of fact, he said it'd be about a 20 burger. And you could just feel it. You can just sense it. That's not a team that has the intestinal fortitude to really stick and stay. And when you're kind of down like that, they probably already had the getaway house, the lights turned on and the cable on. And like, I'm coming home.
They remind me of the Wizard of Oz, man. It's a bunch of them. They need to go see the Wizard, right? Need some heart. One needs heart.
Some courage.
One needs courage.
Yeah, that's perfect analogy.
Right?
I mean,
a brain.
One need a brain. I'm telling you.
And Dorothy needs to just go back to Kansas.
The crazy thing is they look really good in one series. You go, man, they're about to turn the corner. And then all of a sudden it's like the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
So that's one of
Who do you attribute that thing? We're going to talk about it. We're going to dig into it.
That's one thing we talked about. But keep on.
There's other things as well that's, out here. The Pacers are living up to their name. And this is going to be either a continuation of this series or an end all of this series as well at 3-1 right now. The Pacers
are calling it over? Is it over?
I think so. I think we can, if you want to stick with the analogy, I think Halliburton could be the wicked witch of the East.
I'm going to tell you personally now, listen, we don't know to the full effect. If I'm him, I don't think you can sit over there and say, just because I'm hurt, you can either create a legacy in this moment or you can, be the GOAT and not the one we talk about. There's another one when we play golf and we can talk about how bad the course is. You playing on a GOAT track. No, it ain't the greatest track. GOAT track. Or you playing like a GOAT, meaning you playing Garbo, right? Towns could be that because he does have a little thigh contusion that he got knee in the thigh. It could be a hindrance, but they need him. And just what he brings, they're going to need him. I just don't think that team can get it done alone. I don't think they have the depth to run with who the Pacers' name is at this point, and they're setting the pace.
Yeah, as I look at their depth, like you just discussed, I mean, this team is extremely deep.
That's a fact.
It's the Celtics of what last year. It really, when you look at how deep this roster is, I don't think people realize how deep they are.
I mean, they got 5 players, pretty much 6 that average double figures.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Siakam is getting enough love.
Oh, he does. But that's that team, though, Clester.
Yeah.
This team is that. Even Halliburton isn't really getting the full love.
Oh, no. He gets love.
He gets love.
He's the face.
That's because he sticks, he
makes the big shots. He makes the big shots at big times.
Yeah.
But, oh, man. But people don't believe if they make it, they're the favorites.
Because they got to play the number 1 defense. And they're the number 1 offense.
They're the number
so you
1
get
offense.
the defense versus offense. What do you like more?
But I'm going to tell you what. These are 2 immovable forces coming together, and something's got to give. Now, here's what I wanted to say as we were just discussing the cowardly lion and need some heart and courage. I have to stop comparing players to Michael Jordan. I'm telling you, it's just natural for me to compare players to Michael Jordan or players of that era that carried their teams. Like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, like these dudes were there in crunch time.
Mm-hmm.
The stars were there in crunch time. And I feel like sometimes I see the stars disappear during this era. Not all of them, but for instance, Anthony Edwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude just like he has these moments where you go, he's the face. And then you go, he come up short. Then he has these moments where it's just, and then you hear him talk, and some of the stuff he says makes sense, but he's like, well, I made the best play. I made the best
Negative.
play. And it's like, no,
you didn't.
No. We need you to take over.
We need you to be aggressive. We
You
don't
gotta
need
be
you to
aggressive.
settling.
Yeah.
But see, that's what happens.
I want you to take because Strick, the defense is so much different now. Because
Yeah.
Jordan back in the day was 1-on-1. That's you're guarding Jordan until you just can't do it anymore. Is it that much different today?
No,
because that's the argument: is you have to make the right pass.
The lane is actually more open now than it was then.
Preach. Talk to him, Strick.
The
Talk to him.
rules in a lot of instances that they had to change even to make it somewhat movable as far as the scores, because you used to be able to have a certain amount of distance but still camp in the lane, right? Then they created a where you step out, you got to have what they call 2.9, where you only get 2.9 seconds to stay in, and you have to get out and go back and forth. So yes, you can play zone, but the lane is more wide now. Now, defensively, teams like Oklahoma City, they're so good at gapping and communication and getting back that they make it so difficult. But usually once you break a one defender, it's pretty much all over. And then again, something that they also took out is you cut through the lane, it was like a gauntlet. Clester would tell you about what the gauntlet looks like as far as football is concerned, but you might get 2 or 3 elbows and shoulders by the time you got to the other side on a cut. So it's a lot more different things on that. Here's what I will say, and I want y'all to speak on it. Here's what I will say about what I like. And again, I hope the NBA is smart enough. If OKC, we know, is already in, but if Indiana gets in, here we go again with 2 small markets. But what's unique and different, not only do you have best offense, best defense, but you also have unified team concept. Again, I'm going to stay on this point that one of the things that made the NBA great in the late 90s, early 90s, late 2000s was you knew who the face was, but you also knew that there was Kareem, there was Magic, there was Worthy.
So we need to do a better job of marketing. Are you trying to say, Eric, are you here trying to say they need to make the NBA great again?
They need to make it great again. They need to make the NBA great again.
Hey, could they actually make that?
Can they make Donald Trump marketing?
Could they make that the theme?
They need.
Would people accept that saying?
They probably would. They probably would. They probably would. There would be but
would there be a decline in attendance?
But what happens? Here's what's crazy about that. This is the thing that I think they missed. They missed, and Jordan said it best. And I think I've said this before, but Jordan said Republicans buy Jordans or Nikes too. Mm-hmm. And that concept alone told you that it's not about the big time, all out, all in fan. It's about the casual fan. Mm-hmm. And the way to expand it has got to be by the casual fan. So they missed that because obviously we went through that period, that BLM period, the George Floyd stuff, the different things. Yep. When you take a side, and you can't, when you're in entertainment
is different.
This is why the movie industry has fallen the way it is. The minute you take sides in that you're gonna cancel out some side, and sometimes it can be to your detriment, and that's why you got to probably stay away from that.
Unless you want it, this is my whole thing.
Individually,
if you want to do it, great, but you can't complain about the repercussions. That's my whole thing. Is like you got to be totally aware, and you might be right, you might be wrong, but if you take a stance,
if you do,
you're always going to piss off the other side of it. Yeah.
If you're an individual,
I was just going
to say what you got to say. Do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to do it outside the arena.
Here's the issue I have with it. Right, you take a side, right, in one instance, but then you kill two guys who took a side for themselves. You killed Kyrie Irving because he took a stance on,
COVID,
the Jabberwocky.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Jabberwocky.
Yeah, that was like months long.
Then you killed Enes Kanter.
Yeah.
For coming at what's going on over there across the water. Mm-hmm. So my problem is, don't be a hypocrite. Don't take a side you agree with only. You got to allow everybody on an individual stance to feel how they want to feel. Right. If you're going to say that's hurting the NBA or whatever, then this is hurting your numbers too.
Well, let me ask you about
like even right now, they're killing Caitlin Clark. Who's the best thing? We don't want to get into that, but
that was a subject. That's a subject that I thought about getting into, but I just, I got to be honest with you. I just still haven't tapped into the WNBA. I really haven't.
It's kind of, if you tune in on X, it's like a soap opera. You have to just watch the games and turn social media off.
They're doing too much.
Social media will ruin it.
They're doing too much right now. But I'll give my take and opinion on that on another show,
night.
Right? Yeah. What I want to ask you guys about, if you feel that these two teams are pretty much going to make it, that is Indiana and OKC, I would just like to know, what is your overall thought process on how this is going to transpire? Do we got time to maybe talk about that?
Yeah, we got like 5, 6, 7 minutes left.
What's your thoughts on how this thing is going to go down? Because I'm going to tell you what I've noticed about the Pacers, I'm just going to say this. When you got 5, 6 guys that are averaging in double figures, that means that you can't really key on one person. Like the what's his name, Naismith or something. He hit like six threes in the fourth quarter. Right?
He went 6 of 7.
So it's like, I don't care how good a defense you got, you just can't focus in on one person. Sort of like they can do with Shai Gilgeous, right? Shai Gilgeous, they can maybe put in some stuff to really kind of make him work a little harder, right? So I'm leaning actually a little bit towards the Pacers, just by a little bit.
I actually think in this instance, home court advantage is going to be important. It hasn't been in some of those series. It hasn't been, especially in the Pacers.
OKC going to have the home.
They'll have home court advantage. Yeah. So I think in that series,
you saying it's going 7?
I think 7 could be in the mix.
Come on, take a side, E.
I think 7 could be.
This
in the mix.
is a thing you can take a side on.
I think 7 could be in the mix.
Okay.
I think 7 could be in the mix for that series.
That'd be compelling.
Now, what they got to worry about, I think they need to handle it tonight. I really do. I think the Pacers don't play. Who you said? The Yin Yang Twins? Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play.
But I don't think that's what they were talking about. But anyway, keep going. So what I was saying in that regard,
they're talking about that.
I think it's going to be one of these situations, right? If OKC is off for a period of time and the Pacers go in a little tougher series,
they get that one game. They get that first one.
They can come in hot.
They can come in and
you
get
see
one.
It happens in football playoffs all the time, right? Where this team is sitting for a long time. They think they getting all this rest.
Right.
This other team's been playing. So I don't put a lot of credence in that.
Problem is, it's best of 7-0, not a one-off. You compare it to college football. I'm not as high. I like the Pacers a lot, but these Knicks games, I mean, they've been really close. And we're really high on the Pacers because it's 3-1. But if you look at how some of those games have finished, it's like, they've scraped through. I think it's probably 4-1 in the finals.
It's kind of crazy, but I have to reflect back to the Celtics when they took their Willie lumps.
Yeah.
And they learned their lesson. And the way that the OKC played in the season, got ousted early, I think they learned their lesson. And I think it's just their time. It's not even anything against the Pacers. I just think it's their time. I think that what I loved about them is they are truly a unified group. Mm-hmm. When you have them all to stay after during the news interviews, everybody stays on the court. Nobody goes and does their own thing. I think that's an important thing. You would know that best because that's how you guys were for the Huskers. Yeah. Y'all were a unified group. Like, you just watch film now, you could just see that there was synergy and energy between all of y'all.
You know, I was watching Inside the NBA real fast, and one of the things I really tried to watch a little bit, they would talk about Jalen Brunson. I didn't realize he really kind of hogs the ball quite a bit. And I'm going to equate him with why they lost that series. Because like Harrison said, it was a very close, all the games were really close. But if you're holding it 17, 18 seconds on the shot clock, the ball ain't moving enough.
And you don't have depth. So that means you're trying to make tough shots where they can move the ball. Yeah. Shea can get to mid-range and do what he do, get you 30 or 40.
He's so smooth.
Easy there. And then you got other guys that are around him that are all capable with stretch guys.
Chet Holmgren's the third option.
Yes.
And like you would make an argument, he should be the second option, not William. But it's just like they have all these guys that they're meeting expectations.
William's second option.
He hot.
And you know
he's good.
The worst part about this OKC team, Strick, even if it's not their time, I'm sure you and Austin have talked about it. Next year, they got two first round picks, 2026.
That's crazy.
They got three first round picks, and one's via Philadelphia and one's via Utah.
I don't care what nobody say. They got the best GM in the game.
Yeah,
no question.
They got the best. He knows how to make moves,
and he knows the timing class. On when to send somebody out. And he found the gem in Jay Gillis.
He's so
sitting on the bench.
He is so good,
bruh.
Yeah, well, you know, Kentucky guard.
Right.
Go grab those guys.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There it is. We good to get out? Get a good segment on the second?
We're going to add a couple extra minutes on the second segment there.
That's what we'll do. Because there's something I can ask y'all about real fast.
We'll come back. We'll come back and get a longer second half segment. Okay. Hey, WTF sponsored by WTF. We'll see y'all right after this commercial, right after this.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
On the Block with Erick Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play. Because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. It's official. Wedding season is here. And we know that every detail counts. From bridal party gifts to the finishing touches for the bride and groom, discover our exclusive selection of watches and fine jewelry. Did you know we even offer in-house engraving? Celebrate your special day with a personal touch and a timeless gift they'll cherish forever. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Back here on WTF, We Talk Facts, sponsored by WTF. You understand what I'm saying? That's how we are. You could have been the one that had that sponsorship.
No, we got our own sponsor.
But we take care of ourselves.
We like Rockefeller, man. We started our own thing.
That part. I'm Jay-Z, you Dame Dash.
What? Come on.
That was quick.
That's terrible.
You see how I snuck that in there? I know he was going there next.
I'm Def Jam. I'm the parent company.
Okay, Jimmy ID. No, nonetheless, man, we have fun here on WTF. That's what it's all about. Thursday, as you're on your thirsty Thursday evening, sipping on whatever it is, sipping on that. No, we ain't. But nonetheless, let's talk a little bit about this Crawford Canelo debate. I think we should dig into that.
We're gonna do a pre-fight. It's at least we know it's solidified. Yeah. So let's talk about it a little bit before the actual.
There's a lot of money on the line right here.
Ooh, it's a lot of money.
A lot of money. So what we do have, it has been stated, it has been said that this fight will go down in Las Vegas on September the 13th. That's as of May 24th. It says that they're still working on the fight being staged at Allegiant Stadium. It's still, they're trying to work those details out. Reason being is that's getting really close to football.
Venues.
Yeah, they're looking at multiple venues to try to figure that out. I think T-Mobile would be too small for that. You want to go big on this one. This is one to go big on. I think Allegiant is definitely the place for it. If not, then you got to maybe look at going somewhere else.
It's going to clash with UFC fight card that night too, I believe. So you're going to want a nice venue. You're
going to want to go next level. Canelo Alvarez is at 63-2-2 with 39 KOs. He thinks that the Las Vegas is the ideal location for this fight. Crawford at 41-0-31 with 31 KOs. I think this is a perfect match. I think people misunderstand the misconception on Bud because he's actually big, just as big as Canelo.
Let me ask you this, Eric.
All that other things.
Before we really, really get into it, Eminem brought out Crawford in his last fight.
Mm-hmm.
Who can top that? Who brings Crawford out for this fight?
Matt Rule. No.
So look.
Like
I think
who we got?
I think the hot man of the year is K-Dot.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I was thinking that.
The hot man of the year is K-Dot.
The only other person, that would probably be the guy.
That would be the one.
And I think he mentioned him in the song.
Yeah.
It was just something I was thinking about. But go ahead, continue.
Continue. Let's get to it. Let's get in and dig into the weeds. I actually think this. I think it's going to be not like what you expect. Like us? not like you expect, because what we've seen in the past is a lot of people chase the money, so the fights look terrible. And I don't even really think Canelo really wants to bang. I think someone who really can box would give Canelo problems, and we've seen that in his past fights. Someone who can really box, someone who don't mind mixing up with him and will be ready to counter because he's going to leave himself open for counters because he likes to attack the body. So someone that's willing to stand in the pocket and do that or be really slick with it, I think someone like Bud can actually give him a little bit of trouble. But the question then becomes what, Clester?
Legacy?
There you go.
Or money. But I want to add to something you were just saying. If you notice something about Bud, Terence Crawford, is when he takes a fight, he's seen something that he can capitalize on that has given him confidence that he can win it. And I really want to know what
that thing is.
Because I've seen some interviews.
Bo Mac and them ain't really talking.
No. They are not giving up no juice, nothing. So it's something that they've seen that made Bud go, you know what? I'm about to shock the world on this one. So that's why I can't, listen, I must admit, and I'm going to apologize to Bud on air right now if he gets a chance to ever see this, that I was leaning towards Arrow because I've been watching Arrow for a while. I've been watching Bud, and
I wasn't.
Arrow was just he was considered the bigger man. He had already been in that weight class, and he was a hard puncher, but found out he was kind of a one-trick pony, right?
When he got hit with that jab, we was watching.
Well, Bud capitalized on
he hit him with that jab.
He capitalized. I went back and watched the fight a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And, Arrow actually got good hits in and everything.
Yeah.
But Bud was just stronger. And that's where he's underrated.
That's where he's underrated.
He's strong, not only physically, but mentally strong. And able to beat a Canelo, you got to be both. Now, let's address it. Is it about the money?
The payola?
Like my man Canelo, because was he 62?
The cash app?
Well, he's been boxing. I wonder who's gonna have more fire in this, or if it's just perfectly matched. Because I feel like Crawford's the hungrier one. Because you kind of mentioned
good point, Eric Harrison.
We all know Crawford's that guy. The casuals know Canelo's that guy, but I don't know if the casuals know about Crawford really that way.
Yeah, agreed.
Let me tell you something right now.
Yeah, young buck.
This we got a guy coming up from 47 to 54.
What is it, 60 something?
Skipping 60, going to 68, right?
Yeah.
Canelo's going to be very motivated because in his mind, he's going, this dude was 20 pounds lighter than me like 2-3 fights ago. There's no way I'm going to allow him to come up here and run this, right? So I think his motivation is, I'm going to show you who you are. And Bud's, it's going to be two immovable objects. You got a guy who has the ultimate confidence, hasn't lost against a guy who's considered the face of boxing. And I love the fact that Bud goes, Canelo's the face of boxing. And I even think that is part of the strategy. That's strategy too. He go, no, I'm not that guy. He's that guy, right? But let's talk about money versus legacy, right? Could two things be true at the same time?
I think so, because I've seen guys like Charlo go in because it was a payola.
Absolutely. The way he boxed,
he did not. The minute he took that first 2 body shot, he was what's that? Speedy Gonzalez. He was running around the ring. He was out of there.
He folded like a bad tent.
Right.
Straight up. It wasn't
with
it
no
was a bad
win.
look.
With no win.
It's a bad look.
Is there any risk that we get a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather? Remember when those guys matched up towards the late end of their careers, and it was a terrible fight.
Yeah,
they weren't. I mean, they just weren't really going for it. It felt like
I'm really hoping that this is like Sweet Pea and Money, because Sweet Pea was slick. He didn't get hit. He got it in, but it was a good fight.
Honestly, I want to see Sugar Ray Duran type.
Ooh,
that's what I want to see.
You know what? That's a good one.
I want to see because you got a Mexican fighter, you know, a black fighter. You got these two bringing these countries together. Those two kind of boxers. You got a country behind them, face of boxing, and you got Bud 41-0 with the ultimate confidence. He'll proven everybody wrong, right? I heard Bud talk. He go, of course I want the money. Like my man Strick would say, money.
Give me that money.
You want that money, right?
Right.
Now, but I do believe that legacy means a lot to him
too.
And I don't believe that he don't mind taking an L if the L looks good. Right?
Because of where he's come from.
Well, and another thing I seen he said in an interview is Floyd Mayweather is the one that kind of messed boxing up a little bit, making everybody think that you got to be undefeated to be the greatest, right? And if you look at all the greats from the past, they lost multiple fights, but they still were considered great. Now everybody think they need to be undefeated. And I think he's trying to prove a point here. I think he's trying to say, listen, I'm going to take some chances. I'm going to take some challenges. And if I win or lose, you're going to see that I gave it my all. But I'm going in thinking that I'm going to win this. But if he lose, I think he loses going down like a champion, like a true champion.
So then the question then becomes this, is win, lose, or draw, do they run it back? I think if it's close, I think everybody would want to see it again.
Absolutely.
I think if it's controversial, everybody will want to see it again. So you're looking at 100 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Easy work. So my question then becomes, if he wins, Canelo's going to want to run it back. There's no question. So therefore, we're probably looking at 2 unless he just gets demolished.
If he gets manhandled. Like if he go in acting like Charlo, kind of running, just want to survive.
It won't happen.
If he just want to survive,
it's not going to happen.
The public ain't going to want to see it. There ain't going to be no demand.
Just like they did with not wanting to see your boy Shakur Stevenson and Garcia now.
I will never watch another Mike Tyson fight. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
I'll watch it if it's free on your TV. But I'm not going to buy it because Mike Tyson can sell a fight.
especially because he was pulling punches. And that means that told me everything, that this really wasn't really a fight. This was a stage.
It was for the money.
It was for the money.
He made about 20.
I think you can even say, because I know you like to throw the conspiracy thing. See, Clester's he's gonna be quick to throw the conspiracy out there. To me, it looks like there were times when Paul whispered in his ear. He didn't do the Holyfield thing. I mean, he didn't get close enough because he didn't want Mike take a chunk out the ear. But he told him a little something, and I think Mike did that, and it looked like he was biting his glove so he can remember that I don't want to knock this dude out. Because there was a couple times he had
knock him out.
There was two shots that he had connection
counters.
And he pulled.
Oh, he pulled.
He definitely pulled.
He had
shots.
A counter and he saw it, and I saw him like he caught Paul out here like this, and he pulled the right hand.
And what did he do, Strick? Pulled it back.
Both y'all.
He started biting it. Man, you
both
crazy.
y'all smoking.
Clester, go watch the fight.
Yeah.
Mike didn't have it.
Clester won't believe it.
He was slow. He was biting his glove. He was a shell of himself. I don't ever want to see Mike fight again. I only want to see him talking.
Well, I just don't think it was a real
stories.
Like regardless if you
part.
think Paul or Mike Tyson was going to win, I just don't think it was a real fight ever.
Yeah, I
think they both weren't really going for it.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
That's
all right. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Let's move this. So one of the things we're going to talk about, so that we can get you guys to stay tuned. If we don't have Kenny Anderson next week, it looks like we may have him. He had an event he had to attend, or we would have had him tonight. I think it's an interesting conversation because Kenny played in Indiana. I played in Indiana. We played together in Boston. There's some subjects and topics we can get into, but also
G-Tech first. G-Tech. You went to G-Tech?
Listen. Kenny Anderson was a guy that I didn't try to model my game because I didn't have that. I was a more physical guard. Mm-hmm. But Kenny was silky smooth. When he hit Bobby Hurley with the hum, and dropped him off, I said, yeah, that's my guy right there. And don't get it twisted. When I went to play with the Celtics, I was like, I got to deal with K.
He was so left-handed heavy, though.
He was very left-handed.
But he's considered, if not the greatest guard out of New York, he's considered one of the top 3 or 4. And those are some of the things I wanted to talk to him about. We're gonna break it down. Hopefully, we'll let you guys know sometime midweek. Be looking at our social media. We're gonna probably get I think maybe by June we're gonna try to get a WTF Instagram and maybe a X page up too, so we can engage with y'all. Because there's gonna be times where we want to hear a topic from y'all. You know what I mean? There's going to be a time we want to hear a topic from y'all. So
you call it mailbox segment or something like that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do some more things, because we want to engage with you guys. Topics. We're appreciative of you guys. Then there will also be some times where we'll take callers. There'll be we'll let you know when that day is, and we'll take some callers and we'll talk about some things and some subjects, or we'll let you engage with some of the topics that we broke down. But look at next week. If we don't have Kenny, we're going to talk about reclassification of kids, because this NIL thing is turning parent. Like, people used to want to reclassify up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now I think parents are like, Junior, you're going to be held back this year. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a young buck out there by the name of Kai Johnson. That young fella is giving people work already. We're going to get him some NIL money early. We're going to step away real quick. We'll come back and what we going to do, class?
We going to do this or we're going to do that? Which one we're going to do?
We're going to do this or that. Stay with us right here. WTF, We Talk Facts.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Why wait for fall? Deer season is here now at Landmark Implement. Through June 2nd, get up to $3,000 off select John Deere compact utility tractors or Gator XUVs, or choose 0% APR financing on the hard-working 4044M, 2 Series, 3D, and 3E compact utility tractors or full-size Gator models. There's never been a better time to get behind the wheel of a Deere. Hurry into Landmark Implement today and take advantage of these offers and experience the Landmark difference.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Hey, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. It's official. Wedding season is here. And we know that every detail counts. From bridal party gifts to the finishing touches for the bride and groom, discover our exclusive selection of watches and fine jewelry. Did you know we even offer in-house engraving? Celebrate your special day with a personal touch and a timeless gift they'll cherish forever. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Father's Day is coming soon, and you know what that means. Backyard parties and lots of grilling. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning keep you ready all grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website, huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more. You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
It pays to participate in LES Peak Rewards. You can earn a $25 gift card when you enroll your qualified smart thermostat in the program. Help curb electric demand and sign up today at les.com/peak rewards.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell.
Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com. Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Yes. We're back. This or That is coming up because we love this segment to give you a little bit of insight as to where we're going. Give me my theme music.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. The choice is yours. You can get with this or you can get with that.
It's time for This or That, one of our favorite segments where you got to make a decision about would you rather do this or would you rather do that?
And you know what you got to do with it?
Talk to me.
Don't play with it. Don't
play. No. Don't do me. Don't do me like that. Like Kevin Hart say, don't do me like that, daddy. All right, listen here, Strick. I'm going to give you my answer too. We can talk about this as much as you want, or we can move on.
We
got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh, Lord.
This or that. This is a theme. It's kind of dedicated to the summer/fun theme, okay? Volleyball game, track meet, baseball game to watch. Which of the three?
Wait. Pause. Bring that back real quick. Say it again.
Volleyball game, track meet, or baseball game to watch. Which one would you rather go watch?
Volleyball, track, or baseball.
Which one would you rather go do?
It's crazy.
Pick one.
It's crazy to say I would watch volleyball.
Okay.
When I was in Vegas, I went out for a wedding.
Okay.
A couple the Supernovas were playing in the playoffs.
Yep.
And
that's why I put it in there.
It was wild. I was actually there watching. I didn't go to the game, but
you were entertained.
I was entertained.
Okay. All right. Next one. Eric, would you prefer to go to, by the way, track all day for me?
Oh, of course.
I love track.
You still have the record? Did somebody get it?
No, it ain't been broken yet, but it's about that
Rico
time.
Suave thought he could get it. Cap.
Yeah.
Negative, ghostwriter.
Amusement park, Eric, or water park? Which one would you rather go to if you had to pick?
Just when you said that, there was a remembrance of a ride that turned me on to amusement parks. And to those who are listening, 402-469, 464-5685. There was a ride called the Free Fall. It would take you up in a little seat. It'd be about 7-8 rows across.
Sound like something I want to
You
do.
would get up. It would click in.
Click.
It drive you out over the. You can look down. It was a cage.
Oh. Yeah.
Bye, baby.
So you're saying amusement park?
Amusement park, baby. Let's go.
I love roller coasters.
Yeah,
I take a roller coaster over a water park.
But you've been to Wolf Lodge. You took.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Absolutely. Yeah. We love amusement parks. Eric, would you rather do a nice hotel stay somewhere or a nice camper overnight? Which one would you rather do?
I've done both.
Pick one.
But
what do you prefer? What do you prefer?
Cats are crazy out here these days. If I can't have my ooh-wah with me, I want to be on the resort.
Okay.
In the hotel, somewhere in the Riviera, somewhere, or on Monte Carlo, or somewhere like that.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, say less. Eric, for a first date, think about a first date. Okay. Would you rather have a dinner date for your first date or coffee date for your first date?
Coffee at the meal.
Why? Why coffee? Why not wine and dine?
Because on the first date, they trying to go to Ruth Chris. They trying to go to Eddie V's.
Ain't you trying to make a good first impression?
$500 on first date.
No, it ain't worth that.
Don't play with it. if that ain't going on, let me be quiet. Let's move on.
Okay, here we go.
Coffee. Starbucks, Scooter, or the meal. God dang it. Let's go sit down somewhere and have a conversation.
All right, ladies out there, you know, you're going to have some coffee first. You're going to have some coffee.
Skip the Lincoln days. There's more things more important out there.
Here we go. Eric, would you prefer a cookout on the grill or a home-cooked meal inside? What do you prefer?
I like a little breeze.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All through my hair, you know what I'm saying? You know, it just flow right through here, you know what I'm saying? Just so I can just do like Harrison.
I mean, you gotta be all animated like that.
So I can do like Harrison, you know what I'm saying? And then cook up a nice little steak.
Okay.
You know, and
so you prefer to be out on the grill.
Out on the grill.
You take that over a nice home cooked meal, you know, shorty come in, like sit back while you watch TV.
No candlelight and wine.
Bring you a tray, you know.
I want a patio pounder and some beef. Pause.
Okay.
Pause.
That's a double entendre. A patio pounder, huh? Okay, here we go. Eric, would you prefer downtown living in a nice condo or suburban living? What do you prefer?
I'm a man that likes to operate with my authority.
Okay.
So I like to be in my own space, out and about like Green Acres. Green Acres is the place to be. I like to be out there, my boy.
Okay, so you know what? I think this is kind of age related too. You know, when you were younger, you kind of wanted to be in the mix.
You want to be in the mix.
But now I just love me some birds.
You've done both.
I have. But downtown, I tend to hear sirens, police cars, loud noises. And when you're young, you know, you looking out your window, you trying to see what's going on. You might even live close to a bar. But your boy don't like that
part.
I think it's location because I like the acres too. You come from a small town, you come to the big city for college. Every time you come back home, you're like, this is nice.
Harrison, you got an old soul.
You do got an old soul, Harrison.
All right.
Old soul.
Yeah.
Put an asterisk on it if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more.
Last one, Eric.
Come on.
Would you want to?
Do I got to put my hair through my hair?
Here we go. Would you want to own farmland, or would you rather own a hotel?
You ain't gonna like this answer. Some of y'all might not. The way that things are going in today's society, with Denver, CBD, Delta 9.
Who wouldn't like that answer?
I
see where you're going.
With where things are going, if you get ahead of that, you can parcel off some of that and make some of that.
Maybe give it 50 more years to Nebraska. I don't know if you'll ever get out of it.
Maybe I just go across the border and in the Colorado. And
so farmland, you take the farmland.
Farmland.
Yeah. I learned some new stuff about Eric today. You know, every week I learn something new.
There it is. And you too, who listen every week, we appreciate you guys consistently because this is sponsored by WTF itself. We love you guys. Merch will be on the website probably next week.
We're selling these if you want to buy some.
We love you. We'll see you next week. Peace.